It's an honor to be here. It's a solemn day. And for those of us with connections to Palestine, the stories from Gaza they're not just news articles, they're not just statistics. They're families facing unimaginable loss and communities enduring unspeakable pain. And may I say thank you to Kitan for so bravely sharing her story today. And to all those other families in this room and perhaps watching elsewhere. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what's happened to you. I'm so sorry for what's happening to our people. I'm so sorry that our government hasn't tried hard enough to stop it. I'm not sorry for getting political for a moment, because everything about Palestine is politics. Not party politics, but politics. And for months, the government refused to call for a ceasefire. They refused to restore funding to UNRWA. They refused to suspend arms exports to Israel. All steps which we knew would be essential to save lives, deliver aid, bring us closer to the end of these horrors. And while the government seems to have come round, at least in part, on some of these issues, I can't help but wonder what might have been different if swift action had been taken earlier. But let's be clear, remembrance, I don't think, is just about looking back. It is about a call to action. For the sake of the dead, but more importantly, for the sake of the living, we cannot afford to despair. That's the easy way out. We have to keep going and we cannot give up. We must ensure that aid destined for Gaza reaches those starving people who need it. We must put sanctions not just on individuals, or those extremist settlers, but the entities that support them and those fanatical ministers that lead them. We must stop trading with illegal settlements, and we must immediately recognise the state of Palestine. And these are just the first steps, not the last. The last year has been deeply painful. So it is more important than ever that we come together to reflect, to share our grief and anger, and to look at the future, dare I say, with hope. And if there is one thing that I am grateful for, is that this has brought us together across the political divide, in our grief, making new friends, many of whom are in this room today. If history tells us anything about us Palestinians, it is that somehow we always emerge stronger. So let's commit to working towards a world where events like these are no longer necessary, where Palestinians live in security and dignity, and where peace, dignity, and humanity have finally prevailed.
Thank you all very much. Our next contributors are going to be Rahini. She's a South African psychologist and management consultant, proudly celebrating both African and Indian heritage. Born and raised during the apartheid regime, Rahina was actively involved in reconstruction and development work after South Africa's democratic transition in 1994. Now based in the UK, she continues to work as a management consultant. We'll then hear from some British Palestinian young women, Kasalan, Aya, Suha, and Tala, who read out some poems. And then to finish, we will be hearing from Mr. Saeed, whose provided reconstructive surgery in disaster zones worldwide, including major earthquakes and recently on a surgical mission in Gaza with medical aid for Palestinians. He has advocated for plastic surgeons in relief efforts, contributed to the creation of the UK Register, and helped develop global disaster response guidelines with AO Foundation, who promotes excellence in trauma and musculoskeletal disorders, and also the International Committee of the Red Cross.
Dear friends, thank you for having me today. I stand here as a Black South African, continuing the lineage of my ancestors, Nelson Mandela, who said, "We will never be free until Palestine is free." I stand here also as a Buddhist practitioner who will offer Buddhist praise today. So I invite you to please feel the energy of the earth beneath your feet, the earth that unites us all. I invite you to close your eyes if you wish, focusing on our breath, breathing each breath for those who no longer can. Each breath we take is for those who no longer can breathe. May the sound of the bell reverberate through the cosmos, piercing the painful corners where suffering dwells, carrying the sacred memory of each life lost, a resounding call for peace, justice, compassion, and love. I stand here, a Buddhist and a Black South African, united with the people of Palestine, bound by our shared struggle. The skin, the hue of the earth that binds us all, a living testament that we are one, connected by the fragile thread of our common humanity. With every breath, we honor those taken too soon, mothers, fathers, children. May no soul be forgotten, no suffering overlooked. For them, we fervently pray that peace may be the path forward, that love may mend the broken, and compassion may light the way in our darkest hours. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Let our very breaths resound with this eternal truth, that war will cease, unity will flourish, justice will arise, and that love, boundless, unwavering love, will bind us together. May compassion rise like a tide in every heart, and may the people of Palestine feel the weight and warmth of these prayers, a promise that their pain is not forgotten, their hope not forsaken. In reverence to the Buddha, may this prayer shine as a beacon in all grief, a seed of unity, a testament to the sacred dignity of every life. May it guide us forward, a world free from the shadow of war, where every being is cherished, every life honored, where love reigns supreme, and every heart finds shelter in peace. May the wisdom of the Buddha, Allah, the infinite compassion of Avalokiteshvara, light our way on the path of justice and heal this wounded world with love. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. May compassion and love guide us all.
Thank you all for coming here today. We are going to be reading some poetry by Hiba Ebeneder, who was a Palestinian poet, novelist, and educator. Her novel, Oxygen is Not for the Dead, was second place in Social Award for Our Creativity in 2017. She was killed in her home in the Gaza Strip by an Israeli airstrike on October 20th, 2023. She was just 32. Pull yourself together. Oh, how alone we are. All the others have won their wars, and you were left in your mud, barren. Though each, don't you know, no poetry will return to the lonely what was lost, what was stolen. How alone we are. This is another age of ignorance. Cursed are those who divided us in war and marched to your funeral as one. How alone we are. This earth is an open market, and your great countries have been auctioned away. Gone. How alone we are. This is an age of insolence, and no one will stand by our side. Never. Oh, how alone we are. Wipe away your poems, old and new, and all these tears, and you, O Palestine. Pull yourself together.
Seven skies for the homeland. In our lands is a homeland, and on our breath an exile. A homeland that rushes in our veins as our footsteps edge towards it. It grows in the grooves of sorrow, a vine of strangers, glances like tears hanging. It gifted us the tune and gave up all the singing. Can we deny it? Can it deny us? When it is in our blood, and we have mastered the bleeding. In our books, hunger and breath
my wife. As you know, these things are always teamwork. It's difficult to summarise 30 days of 10 to 12 hour days in a 4-minute talk. So I'm going to do what the people of Gaza that I met asked me to do, which was not tell you about what happened, but show you. So I've made a short video, and I warn you, there are some graphic scenes in it. There are also many smiling faces. And one thing that I will never forget is the bravery of the healthcare workers working all hours despite considerable risks to themselves and their families. The courage, strength and dignity of the patients and the wonderful kindness of the Palestinians who will give us their last piece of bread. Let's play the video. And can you play it on full screen, please? I think the patience between the faces are waiting for the answers. This little fellow I saw 2 days ago, and he was screaming his head off, well, obviously he was in pain because he was having his burns first. And we're going to have a look at him and see whether he needs any intervention. He looks a lot more chill today, but he still wants to smile. I'm a little bit behind all the politics talking about genocide. To me, I still can't get past the point that we think it's okay to leave one child to be slaughtered in this way. Thank you.
Thank you all. As we near the end of this evening's programme, we pause for a moment of reflection and unity with the camping